Well, I am in in this consortium from the very beginning. I have helped Jesus Hernandez to, let's say, build the public part of the consortium. Let's say, contacting different people from the academia, from the health technology agencies, from the regulatory bodies of Europe, and also from patients, advocates. This is not an easy task because, as you know, this consortium now is composed of 51 partners, 44 from the public side, but this is probably 1/3 of the final number of different groups and institutions that will be working in harmony, because one of the things that we believe is essential is to have on this big data project all those academic institutions that are working on hematologic malignancies in Europe. What we need to collect is a very huge amount of high quality data coming from all over Europe. We need to have all the different cooperative groups on hematologic malignancies in harmony. For this purpose, because otherwise the consortium would have not been possible, we have designed a new figure that is we call the associate member status, and all the different cooperative groups will join harmony in the role of associate members, and we think without them harmony is nonsense, because what we will need if we want to analyze the data, we want to know what happened with the innovative medicines in real life, we need data, and this data should come all over Europe, and the higher it is, the better for all of us. This is one of the reasons why the consortium is so complex. We have, the consortium has eight work packages, and 3 of these work packages will lead with data. They will have to compile, to build the database, data lake, and being able to fulfill all the ethics and legal requirement for doing this according to the rules that are operating in the different European state members. And there is another work package that will lead with all the analysis of the data, and one additional work package that will, let's say, in some way look through the data. And again, we are also, we will have let's say, a management body inside the consortium that we call the Data Quality Supervision Committee, that will specifically deal with the quality of the data that will be incorporated into the database. The primary aim of the Harmony project is to benefit the patient. This is really, but you know, this is a win-win project for everyone. Regulatory bodies know that they require data coming from real life. If they want to be sure that they are putting into the market new innovative medicines, they have to be sure and they must be confident that the new drug is offering something new to the patient. And for this you need to know the background, you need to have a benchmarking to look, and unfortunately now we don't have this data base for doing this. So for the regulatory and the health technology assessment, the data that will come into Harmony are very special. It's the same for the pharmaceutical companies, because in the era of the personalized medicine, we cannot go to a clinical trial with 700 patients and looking for survival. We need much more focused clinical trials concentrated in different endpoints to what we call surrogate endpoints of survival, that may be biomarkers, genetic markers, let's say some endpoints that the regulatory authorities are comfortable with them, and this in this way what we can achieve is that the access to the market is much faster than we see now. Again, it will be very, very important to know which is the real frequency in the real world, not in clinical trials, because unfortunately clinical trials are taking very, very special patients that represent less than 5% of all the patients with a particular disease. And with this real data, we will probably know much better which is the frequency of different genomic alterations in a particular disease, and we can be more focused on trying to find some new drugs for this particular mutation.